Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 1 of the American League Championship Series, where the Astros win 4-2 over the New York Yankees and take the 1-0 series lead, behind 3 solo shots and a dazzling game by Justin Verlander. A dazzling game that very didn't start like that, because first inning, Justin Verlander in this game, 2 easy outs on Torres and Judge. Cool. And then you get ahead of the count. 2 strikes on Anthony Rizzo. Cool. Easy and done. Hits him with a pitch. That's not great. Gets ahead 2 on Stanton with 2 strikes. And you think, all right, easy. Grounder to Altuve, pulls Yuli off the bag, and all of a sudden, in an inning where you've had back-to-back batters down in the count with 2 strikes, they reach base, and all of a sudden you get 2 on 1, or 2 on 2 out for Verlander in the first inning. You get a little bit sketched out. Gets a strikeout of Josh Donaldson, but it was a sketchy first inning, and the second inning was also the same. Because second inning, Harrison Bader, homers. After that, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, singles. It's 1-0 Yanks. They have another man on, and all of a sudden, you're getting flashbacks to Game 1 against Seattle, where Verlander fell apart. So you get out of that inning. Martin Maldonado in the bottom half has a huge double. Chaz, on his horse, comes all the way around to score from first and ties it at 1. But then you get to the top of the third inning, and Verlander, trouble again, gives a walk to Anthony Rizzo, and Stanton doubles. Thankfully, I believe it was Chaz who played it in really well and quick to hold Rizzo at third, but all of a sudden, again, you're feeling sketchy with the Verlander thing, and it flashes back to Game 1 against Seattle. Thankfully, unlike the Seattle game, Verlander, at that moment, flicked the switch, and he was magnificent for the rest of the night. Because after the Stanton double, you want to hear his next, 8 at-bats. Strikeout of Josh Donaldson, strikeout of Matt Carpenter, strikeout of Harrison Bader, strikes out Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, strikes out Jose Trevino, strikes out Gleyber Torres, pops out Aaron Judge, and strikes out Anthony Rizzo. Justin Verlander, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't forget 6th inning, ground out of Stanton, and then strikes out Donaldson and Carpenter again to finish his night after a horrifying start. 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, 17 swings and misses, a walk, and 1 run. Justin Verlander started this game horribly and rebounded with one of the better games of his season. This was incredible resilience from Justin Verlander, and he pitched a gem tonight. So Verlander gave you 6 innings of great baseball. Can the Astros respond? Yeah, they do. 6th inning, Yuli Gurriel solo home run into the Crawford boxes, and the Astros take a 2-1 lead. And then Chas McCormick, the starting center fielder for the Houston Astros, homers. And the Astros take a 3-1 lead. And then in the 7th, Jeremy Pena, the kid, homers. And the Astros have a 4-1 lead. So the Astros bring in Rafael Montero for the 8th, and monster shot by Anthony Rizzo, smoked the ball, and all of a sudden it's a 2-run lead. You feel a little bit sketchy, and then the Astros make a questionable decision, which is with a dirty inning for Rafael Montero, they bring in Ryan Pressly for a 4-out save. And Ryan Pressly would simply strike out the next 3 batters. So to go through the pitching staff, Verlander pitched a gem today. I already talked about that at length. Verlander was absolutely magnificent. Hector Neris would come in this game and pitch a very important inning. Hector Neris picked up a strikeout today, a couple swings and misses. But Neris has come in his first opportunity in the postseason and has been fantastic. Montero would pick up a pair of strikeouts in his 2/3, would also give up a pair of hard hit balls, quite a few base runners, and a home run. So, that's not what you're ideally looking for. And then Ryan Pressly picks up the tab, 3 strikeouts in his inning and a 1/3. Pressly looked absolutely fantastic. So to bring up the offense for the evening, 3 homers. Obviously, Pena had an amazing evening. Pair of doubles tonight, 3 hits with the home run. He was great. Yuli Gurriel would have the home run. He has looked fantastic this postseason. Yuli Gurriel, who only threw 4 games but has a 1,052 OPS. He had a pair of hard hit balls this evening. Chas McCormick would have a couple of base hits, including the home run, a couple of hard hit balls. Maldi would have the super important double to get the Astros on the board to, get the crowd back into it, which was super important. For the not great performances, Yordan, ironically, went 0 for 2, but walked twice because the Yankees were terrified to pitch to him. And I would say this, The Yankees were afraid to pitch to Yordan. The Astros were not afraid to pitch to Judge, which bodes well for the series. Bregman would go 0 for 3. Tucker would go 0 for 4. But the big one, Altuve remains hitless. I believe he's at 0 for 19 currently, which is bad. I said it during the live stream, and I'll say it right now. There is no more deadly hitter at 0 and 19 than Jose Altuve. But if he goes 0 for tomorrow, you gotta move him. I love Altuve. I love him so much. But you can't let him continue to bat leadoff at this point if he's still going 0 for. And that brings me into my next point, which is that the Astros offense tonight was not great. And I can hear you all saying, Weston, we hit 3 home runs tonight, and I would say, yeah, that's cool. You also went 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position and only scored 4 runs, which is still below the average this season. The offense is a collection of people who are nearly soloing this run. And that isn't great. You have a lot of players who are not having the best of postseasons. Altuve is the front runner of this, and I love Altuve. So him not being good pains me, but man, oh man, the offense continues to struggle. Now, here's the really, really great spin for the offensive woes, which is the Astros are yet to play a game where all facets of it look good. In Game 1, the pitching was a nightmare against Seattle. In Game 2, the offense was a problem. In Game 3, and Game 3/4, because it went for 18 innings, the offense scored 1 run in 18 innings. The offense was terrible. Pitching was great in Game 2. Pitching was amazing, as great as we've ever seen. Maybe the best single-game pitching performance in Astros history in Game 3 against Seattle. Tonight, pitching got sketchy. Verlander totally locked it down. Credit to Justin Verlander again. But the offense was subpar. The Astros are yet to play a great game of baseball, and we're 4-0 in the postseason, with a sweep of Seattle and now a 1-0 lead of the Yankees. They have got to figure it out, and they've got to do it very, very soon, because you're not going to keep getting away with this. But the fact that they've been allowed to make some mistakes, some subpar games, and not get burnt by them is great. Again, the thing that I read all throughout the past couple of days talking about the ALCS, or the ALDS, is the fact that the Astros had Verlander as their worst starter in that series. Altuve went 0 for, and they swept the Mariners. The Astros right now continue with the great depth that we have, the great resilience we have, the organizational fortitude, can have their top players be bad and still make it out of it. But it'd be nice to, more than just skimp by and have conventionally good games. Which probably just means that we're going to skimp by every game until we're World Series champions. But you know what? I can live with that. So the Astros survive Game 1. Game 2 tomorrow. Same time, same place. 7:37 Eastern, 6:37 Central. The New York Yankees will send Luis Severino to the mound, and the Astros will send Framber Valdez. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. I'll be here during the game, but a little tiny bit before the game to stream it. But until then, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.